Hello guys, can you hear me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Hey, good morning, good morning.
One.
Good morning. So yesterday what we discussed, do you remember, right? So can anyone tell me what is SDLC?
Software
Software
development.
development life cycle.
Okay. So what are the phases?
Requirement caption, analysis, design, coding, testing,
Code
implementation, support.
maintenance.
Support and maintenance. In which phase you are involved?
Testing.
Testing.
Yeah, testing phase we are involved. Okay, good. So what is PMP?
PMP.
Project manager plan.
Plant.
Project,
Yes.
project management plan. Yes, correct. What is BRS?
Business requirement specification document.
Yes, correct. So who will design that?
Project manager.
Project.
No. BA. Business.
High level documents.
Yes, it's a high level document, BA, business analyst. Okay. What is SRS?
SRS.
Software requirement specification.
Yes, correct. Good. What is FRS?
Functional requirement specification.
Yes, good. Okay. So good. Can anyone tell me what exactly the developer will do? The role. What developer role? Yesterday we discussed
Coding.
coding. After coding.
Code reviews.
Okay. After code review.
Unit level testing.
After that.
Integration level testing.
Good. Excellent. Can you please tell me what about testing role? What tester will do?
Testing, test plan, test scenario, then test
Test
cases,
cases,
integration,
test,
system, user acceptance, and
production
production
and implementation.
implementation. Till the release, then support and maintenance.
Good. Good. So you understand, right? Now you got some idea, right? What developer will do, what testing team will do. See, the testing will start with where? At the test plan. So who will design the test plan? The test plan is designed by
Lead.
BA,
lead,
PA,
lead, test lead.
test
Yeah.
lead.
Yes,
Okay.
test lead is very, very important. Suppose you are become a 5 years or 6 years of experience, right? Sometimes you will get position of what test lead. So the test lead will prepare the test plan. I will show you, don't worry how it will be there. Okay. The test plan is very, very important. After the test plan, once the development is done, right, that story will assign to whom? The story will assign to you, okay, on your name. So once the story is assigned on your name, story or a task or item, okay, anything, okay. Once that story is assigned on your name, right, what you need to do, you need to go through the requirements and understand the functionality. And after that, what you need to do, first of all, you need to identify the scenarios. Scenarios means what?
What exactly I need to test?
Yes, what we need to test, okay, what
Yeah.
we need to test. Say now I'm asking to test watch on your watch, okay, hand watch. So in that, there are a lot of scenarios will come, right? It's a analog or a digital, or it's a smart. Me. So now three scenarios. One is what, whether it is digital means we need to check as functionality for the digital. Analog means you know, right? There is no digital, okay? It will be around 24 hours, it will be rotate, right? That we need to. Now all the smart watches will be there. If you know, right? The smart watches, okay? So you need to check whether it is smart watch or not, okay? So if any functionality, okay, first of all, in case any story is assigned on your name, right? So first of all, what you need to do, you need to identify the scenarios, not bugs. Once you understand the functionality, right, automatically bugs will come. Got it, right? What I'm trying to say. So first of all, you need to understand the functionality. Okay, functionality is very, very important. Understanding the requirement. That is what he's saying that in the testing. What is testing? The testing is nothing but make sure whether your application is working according to the given client requirements or not. You need to cross-check your requirement. You need to validate your application. You need to verify your application. Okay. Is it clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, positive testing, negative testing, that all the things, right? Okay. SDLC also, okay. Now, what we can do is, okay. Hey, guys, can you please confirm, are you able to see my screen?
No.
right?
Yes.
So SDLC is one of the most important one. Yesterday we discussed. In what phase we are involved in SDLC means, right? Testing phase. Okay. So please, that is one of the most important one. Right? What is the structural testing and what is the functional testing? Right?
Yeah.
What is BBA?
Mm.
Boundary value analysis.
Business value analysis.
Boundary value analysis.
Oh, sorry,
BBA.
sorry.
No problem. No. Hmm. Good guys. So today one of the most important session, another important one. So while we are doing the testing, right, we use some techniques. Okay, there are a lot of techniques will be there, but generally they will ask you, do you know what is static testing? Do you know what is dynamic testing? So what is meaning of static testing? So what is meaning of static testing means, we'll see now. Okay, what is dynamic testing? See, the testing techniques can be classified into two categories. One is what the static testing, another is what dynamic testing. So what is meaning of static testing? Application is checking is carried out without executing. So you are not executing anything. Such kind of testing we can call it as what? A static testing. So without executing means, can you give me any examples? In interview, definitely they will ask you. So can you give me any examples for static testing? Yes. Static testing is nothing but what? Review. Review means what? Someone is written the code, you are reviewing, right? You are not executing, you are just watching or you are reviewing the things, right? So that we can call it as what? Static testing. See, here we are not executing anything. Reviews. Inspection. What is called inspection? So checking. Your lead will always check whether you are following the respective documents or not, whether you are following correct documents or not. Because end of the day you came and you said that I'm getting a different output because you are not follow the respective document, you are not follow the design document, okay, you are not following the database document. So then your outputs will be getting a different, right? So inspection is nothing but what? Some software artifacts means components such as requirement specifications, design and code. So lead is always inspect. Inspect means what? Is need to checking, right? Whether you are following the respective documents or not. Okay. And one of the most important is what? Walkthrough. Walkthrough means what? Anyone know? Walkthrough sessions. Walkthrough
We
session.
need to we need to take them through the entire thing, website or the application.
Yeah. So walkthrough means, yeah, you need to give some demo on that, right? So suppose you are implemented a new functionality as a developer. Suppose you are a developer. Now you are implemented a few things on that. Okay. Now you need to give some demo, like we need to conduct some walkthrough sessions. Okay. Hey guys, today we have some walkthrough sessions will be there. Okay. So there are, see, in real time, hardly we will work how many hours now? 3 to 4 hours only. The rest of the things, all our meetings and all the things will be there. Sometimes every entire the day, whole meetings only will be there. Okay. But here, what we need to learn, we need to manage our work. Okay. We need to manage our work. Okay. We need to complete our work within the time. Okay. So no one will ask you how many time, how many hours you are spending, how much time you will spend on that. No one will ask you that. Okay. You simply just manage your work. Okay. But walkthrough sessions are very, very important. I told you, right? KT sessions, reverse KT sessions. Sometimes they will give you training on the product. Sometimes they will, if they are newly implemented, sometimes see, once the product is enter, see, in the product there a lot of people are involved, right? Lot of different teams, they implemented different functionality. So they all the functionality they will give you KT wise. Okay, the last at the last before the release, after the release also they will give you some KT sessions. This is what we implemented, this is what we implemented. So that all the knowledge you need to gain, that is called domain knowledge. That is called what? Domain knowledge. Domain knowledge is very, very important. Not testing, not automation. If you know the domain knowledge, you can do anything. You don't know how it is working. If you don't know how the application is working, you cannot do anything, right? So first of all, you need to learn what? Domain knowledge. Okay. So how you will get the domain knowledge? They will provide you. Okay. Don't worry. They will provide you the KT sessions and walkthrough sessions. Walkthrough sessions means they will explain that complete component, how it works and all the things. Okay. But if you observe this, all the three things, review, inspections, walkthrough, here we are not executing anything. That kind of things we can call it as what? Static testing. Okay. The application checking is carried out without executing. The application is called static testing. The static testing means without execution, like reviews, inspections, and walkthrough, all will comes on where? In static testing. Okay. When you're talking about dynamic testing, what is meaning of dynamic testing? See, we are what? Dynamic testing. The application is checking by executing. The application is called dynamic testing. Can you give me any examples? Yes, white box. White box means what? Developer will do, right? White box testing or unit testing or a component testing. All are belong or a structural testing. All are belongs to what? White box
White
testing. Yeah, white box testing, what we are doing, we are giving some input, it will execute and it will give some output, right? So execution is happening here. So that's the reason we can call it as what? It's what kind of testing? Dynamic testing. So what kind of testing techniques? Static and dynamic. Static means without execution and dynamic means with execution. In interview, they will ask you, can you give me any examples of static testing? Yes, code review, inspections, and walkthrough all will comes on where? In static testing. Hey, can you please explain what is dynamic testing? The dynamic testing is nothing but with execution of the application, we can call it as what? Dynamic testing, like white box, black box, and one more box. Now you are learning new thing. Gray box testing. So what is called gray box? What is meaning of gray box? Gray box means what?
Both white and black.
Yes, sometimes we require developer help. Sometimes the developer require testing help because the database, now you are entering some fields in UI, right? Now you click the submit button. When you click the submit button, right, you are getting some message. Data inserted successfully, but we don't know whether the data is really insert or not in the database or not. We need to cross check. How you will need to cross check? You don't have any queries, right? You cannot access any database and all the things. So, but when you are running any report, right, you are getting null values. So something wrong here, right? So make sure that whether it is working correctly or not from the back end, whether it is working from back end correctly or not, we need to check. Generally, what will happen sometimes, you will get a message, okay, but in database it will save as a null values, okay. Suppose, simple example, you take this form, okay. Now you are entering some fields, right? First name, username, password, confirm password, first name you are entering, the last name you are entering, email you are entering, and you are clicking the register, right? Now once you register is done, right, your account is successfully registered, but these values are showing in the database with null values. Null. All are null, it is showing null. So here UI it is showing insert successfully, but in database it is showing null values. Okay. So that time we need to check with the developer. Okay. And developer will help out on the things. Okay. And developer, hey, can you please check with the backend? So the developer will run some queries and they will confirm that whether it is accepting null values or not. They will check from the backend position. Okay, backend they will check. So gray box, the gray box is nothing but what? The combination of what? White and black. Is it clear, right? So don't ask me what is white and what is black box testing. We already did. So, okay. So white box testing means the developer will do. Black box testing means the testing team will do. What about the gray box testing? The gray box testing is nothing but the combination of what?
White and black.
White and black. Good. Is it clear, right? So if you observe that, see how we are coming, what is testing? What are the testing types? Structural and functional. After that, what we learn? What is SDLC? Software Development Life Cycle.
That's
After that, we are learn what are the documents we use, BRS, SRS, FRS, and what developer will do, and what testing team will do. Now, what we are learning, what testing techniques. There are two techniques. One is static, another is what dynamic. Okay,
dynamic.
please do not by heart. Try to understand. Static means what? Without executing. That kind of testing we can call it as what? A static testing.
Sure.
Dynamic means what? With execution. Okay. So now it is a very, very important real time. Try to understand. Now I assign a task for you. Okay. What is your task number for in real time? Every task has a unique ID. Okay. What are it? The task name is what? Verify the login functionality. Keyboard has the problem. Verify the login functionality. What are it maybe? Okay, verify the functionality, login functionality. Okay, now what you guys tell me what you will do here. What kind of testing you will do? Where you will do both the static and dynamic, or only you will do dynamic testing?
Dynamic.
What about others? Good. What about other guys? Speak out, guys. Whether it is right or wrong, that is second part, but you need to speak. What kind of testing you will do here? Static or dynamic? People are saying better we sit quiet. That is best. What is your answer, guys? What kind of testing here you will do? Static, or you know, right? What is static and what is dynamic? So what kind of testing you will do?
Dynamic testing.
Okay, good. What about others? Only two guys? Okay, good. Here we will do what? Both static and dynamic. What is meaning of static testing? We need to check the requirements, right? You need to check the requirements, right? That will comes on where? Static testing. Okay. And once you done with your requirements, you see requirements means you need to review the requirements, right? Before you got any task, right? You cannot directly do the testing. First part is what? You need to check with the requirements. Okay. After that, what you need to do? You need to validate. How you need to validate? Executing. Executing means what? You are giving input and you need to check output whether you are getting correct output or not. So any task, if you observe that any task, we need to do both the static and dynamic. Static means what? You need to check with the requirements, right? First of all, you need to check before you start any story. First of all, what you need to do? You need to check your requirements. Okay, so that's the reason we can call it as a static, as also call it as what? A verification. Dynamic, we can call it as what? A validation. That the coming sessions we explain you. Okay, do you heard that word of SQA and SQC? What is called
Yes, sir.
SQA? SQA means what? SQA, software quality assurance. SQC means what? Software quality control. Okay, so don't worry. We'll in the coming session we'll see. Okay, so but this is one of the most important one. If you go with 5 years or 7 years of experience also, any task is given, right? You will not go directly execution. That is what you cannot go with the directly execution as a dynamic testing. You cannot go. First of all, what you need to do? First of all, you need to check with the requirements. The requirements you need to understand, right? What exactly I need to test in login. So they will say username, password, and different user logins. So they will tell you all the things. So first you need to go with the requirements and you need to understand the requirements. That all will comes on where? In static. And dynamic testing means what? Execution. You are giving some inputs, right? So what are the inputs you are giving for login? Valid username, valid password, click on login. Invalid username, valid password, click on login. Invalid username, invalid password, click on the login. Both are valid and valid. So there are a lot of scenarios will be there for the login. Okay. Is it clear, right? So this is one of the most important entry question, guys. Testing techniques. What are there? Static and dynamic. Static
Then
means without
execute,
execution, and dynamic means with execution.
execute.
Understand, right? You forget about this one. You understand this concept, right? Whenever
Yes,
a task will come, right, what you will do? Understand the requirement. First, you need to understand the requirement, not finding the defects. Okay. First, you need to understand very clearly about your requirement. So that's the reason they will ask you, do you have any questions? When they assign any story, right? That we will discuss in agile methodology. Don't worry. In agile, it will very clearly we can explain how the story will come, how we need to handle the story, how we need to give the story points, how we need to give the estimation points. That all we'll see. If you complete the agile, right, you can go for interviews also, not a problem. Okay. Okay. Is it clear, right, everyone? Okay. Now, one of the most important one is what? Techniques we know. Now, what are the testing fundamentals? Okay, what are the testing fundamentals? Okay, before that, we need to check generally how you know what is build. You know, anyone know what is build? Okay,
No, sir.
no problem. Good. So this guy is, I think you can hear me, right? Okay, this guy we can call it as what? Developer. Okay. So one of the most important session, guys, today is very, very important. Dev team will be there. So yesterday we learned what developer will do. Developer is always write the code, always modify the code, always fix the bugs, right? Once the development is done, okay, what developer will do? Code review. Okay, once code review is done, okay,
Unit testing.
unit testing is required, right? Unit testing is nothing but
First level testing.
first level testing or white box testing. Okay, yeah, whatever it may be. See, now 2A guy is there, right? Now, how you will test this code, guys? Can anyone tell me? How you will go, how you will test that one? So you cannot test in developer laptop, right? And you cannot go and sit here and you cannot test, right? Then how you will test this code? Suppose the developer or implemented home page or login page. So how you will test this one? So QA never test in where? In developer environment, ENV. ENV means what? Environment. Okay. So developer is writing some code. So we need to test this code. How we need to test this code? We cannot go and sit with the developer and we cannot test, right? So once the development is done, right, what they will do, they will push the code into where? Server. Server means what? One environment. Okay. So this is what dev environment. Okay. One more environment will be there. What is that? 2A environment. Okay. One more environment will be there. That is what? Can anyone? Production environment. So these all are servers. Okay. Forget about it. If you don't have the idea also, not a problem. Okay. But generally, how they will do? Yeah, the production environment. Good. Now, this code will push to where? First, they will see, try to understand, guys. Okay. First, this code will be check-in. Generally, they will use the terminology what check-in. The same code they will push it to into your dev environment. Now, what is this? QA environment. ENV. This is what? Production environment.
Production envelope.
Yes, good. Can you tell me, guys, can we test in production environment? We will test with live data. Yes, sir.
No.
What about other guys? Can we test in production environment data? Live data we will test.
No, sir.
Why? Why no?
Because that's the final input of the dev environment and QA environment.
Yes. Live data we never test. Okay, I cannot test your account details, right? You cannot provide all the details, right? So no one will test with the live environment. Okay, live environment means customers data. Okay, so we never test that one until unless it's an issue on we need to take a ticket for that. Until unless we need to get all the permissions, only that particular defect only we need to test. Otherwise we never work in the production environment. Okay, so whenever the development is done, right, they move to the code into where in dev environment. Okay. The same code will move to where into the QA environment. Dev is passed, QA is passed means then they will go for the release. Once the release is done, right, the same code will come to in where in production environment. Okay. So developer is always do what unit level testing in which environment? A dev environment. Okay. QA is always testing where in QA environment. Now, once the developer will push the code, right? This code, this is what normal code, right? This code is what raw code. Raw code means int like that. They will return like that, right? This is what raw code. This raw code we cannot understand. So what they will do, they will convert it into build format by using of Jenkins or some tools. Okay, okay. Now this code will be converted into what build format. This is called build. So this is called build. Now, this build, this build will assign to whom? To the QA. Now, what QA guy need to do? So we never see the code, right? Once you open the build, right, you will get what? URL.
What is the full form of URL, though?
Sir, one second. One second. So URL means you will see that, right? Generally, so address you need to give here abc.com. Okay. So the URL they will provide. Okay. Uniform resources locator. See, this is what unique one. So www.amazon.com. That will comes on where? Unique, right? So Amazon will only use for that Amazon. Like domain should be what? This is what domain name. This should be what unique. Okay. You know, right? How you need to buy that domain, right? So once you started any business, right? You need to identify your name of that business. Okay. Once you identify that name of the business, right? You need to register that domain. Okay, in service provider there are a lot of service providers will be there. You need to register that domain. Okay, once you register that domain, right, that name will be allocated to you on your name. Okay, so you need to take some space open the server. Okay, once your application is done, right, and then you need to post that entire the code into that server. Then again they need to give the some access, public and private access. What is meaning of public and what is meaning of private access? Public access, suppose you given your URL as a public access means anyone can access. Suppose you are giving your URL only for private access, okay, within that organization, within who are with that particular domain only, they can only access. Okay, there are a lot of story will be there. Okay, uniform resources locator. Understanding, right? Domain name is very, very important. Okay, they will never change the domain name. When the build will come, they will never change the domain name. The domain name will be the same. If suppose Amazon.com .in India, .com is for US. Okay, is it clear, right? So whenever the development is done, right, then they will push the code into a in different environments. Okay, first they will push the code into dev environment, and after that they will push into the code into the QA environment. QA is always need to test in which environment? QA environment. Okay, suppose if you rise any defect, right, then developer will test in where? In dev environment, because the same code, right? Once he confirm, right, then they will reject this build. Okay. Suppose you rise a defect means what 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 they will do? They will give you same build or a different build. Suppose you raise a defect. So they will give you same build or a different build.
Different.
Yeah, that is very, very important, right? Different build. Now you rejected this one. Now you find the defect and you say that it is not working as expected. Means this build will not come because this is already out. Now, okay, now you raise the defect, right? So again, you already raised the defect, okay? Let us think like that, okay? This is wrong. Now, what developer will do? Again, what developer job? Just now I told you, right? He modify the code and he fix the code. Again, he modify the code. Again, he will do code review. Again, he will do unit level testing. Again, the code will push into another build. Okay, we don't think that every day we'll get a one build. Okay, the same build will copy to the QA. Now again, this QA guy is what they will again they test. Okay, now it is working means then it is fine. Now you need to mention that how you identify this build. Every day you are getting builds, right? How you identify the builds? Some other developer will push the code. Again, the developer will push the build. So how you identify these builds? Version number. Excellent. So build number is very, very, very important. So while
Sir,
you are
your voice is low, sir.
okay, fine. Build numbers are very, very important. Okay, build. What about now? It is clear.
Yes, sir.
Build numbers are very, very important. So most of the people they will go with fake experience. They don't know what is the build number and all the things. Okay, first of all, you need to understand which build you are working. So how you identify the build? So how you identify the build? The build has some version number. Okay, version number. Okay, this is what build number. O dot O dot O dot O dot 1. So currently in which build you are working? O dot O dot 1. Okay. Now second build will not be the same. Okay. Second build is what? O dot O dot 2. How can you say this issue is fixed? Before fixed means this build. After fixed build means this build. So you can tell easily to anyone. If you check the defect means in which build you need to refer O dot O dot 1. If you want to see the issue is fixed in which build O dot O dot 2. See, this is what real time. No one will tell you in institutes. This is what real time how we need to validate, how you know it's a defect, how it is not defect, in which build it is defect, in which build it is fixed. This you need to do. That is what experience. That is what real time. Giving materials, giving the complete open the notepad and they're telling all the things that is not required anywhere. Okay, if you understand what is happening in the real time, if you understand this one, you can easily get into the job and you can happily work in that particular job. Understanding, right? First of all, you need to understand all these things. Okay, so how we'll get the bills? Okay. So first I got the build. How we get the build? Once the developer is written the code and they will push the code into the build format. This is raw code, right? And they write int equals to a, int b equals to 10. So that we are not understand. Already we discussed black box testing. So we are not understand this raw code. So what they will do? They will convert this raw code into in the form of what? The build format. Once we got the build right, that build will assign to whom? To the QA. Now, what is your role? You just verify that it is working as per the given requirement or not. Simple our job. You just open that URL, check the login page is there or not. If the login page is not there, again you will reject that one. Once you reject, and you need to provide a complete comments why you are rejecting that build, because I'm not able to see login page. Okay, it is not getting, I'm getting 505 error. Now you rejected, right? Now again the developer will check, again the developer will fix, again the developer will not send the same build because that build is already out. So what the developer will do, the developer will do some changes and made some other build, and that build will provide to whom? To the QA. Again, you need to do the same routine job for us. Every time we need to verify what developer job every time he need to write, modify the code, and he need to fix. That is only we need to do. Developer is going through the requirements and implement the code. As a tester, we need to go through the requirements. You need to validate the things. Understanding, right? If you understand your role is clear, then your job is very easy. So again, you will get the build. Again, you need to verify. But every time you need to check the builds. Builds are very, very, very important. Before you testing, check which build you are working. Sometimes see, some people will never read any emails, Outlook emails, right? Outlook emails are very, very important. Once you join in organization, right? Once you start the day, suppose today we need to start our work, at least 10 to 5 minutes you need to spend on only mails, not like open the laptop and starting testing. It's not be like that. Okay, at least 15 minutes you need to read properly what are the important mails are there or not. You need to check. Some people never see that mail, some people are never see that never open that mail. In mail it is very clearly mentioned that please do not use this build. What they mention, please do not use this build. Build is due to some failures, it is not working. But you never read that mail and you are saying that today I am working on 0.0.2. Then your lead will say, oh, is it? Why you pick that build? Do you saw that your mails? Now you will put a blank face there. Understanding, right? So please check the mails before you start anything, or because build mails are very, very important. It's here that clearly the developer put a comment. Please do not use the build. Okay, okay. So it's a personal build. So in that case, you cannot use this build. Okay, so you cannot use this build. If you are using this build, your results will not come. But you wasted entire the day, right? Again, you will get a bad impression. Okay. So make sure that guys, process is also is very, very important. Don't think that testing means finding the bug. These all are what process. This is what a real time. So how the build will come, what kind of build it is. Comments are very, very important. Developer will mention clearly the comment. This code will check in this build, this issue is fixed. So you need to pick this build. Suppose this issue is not fixed in this build, okay? Then you cannot pick this build. You can take latest one. Now tell me, always you need to pick what, old build or latest build? Always,
Latest.
that is a common thing, right? Always, that is no one will tell you. There is no phone feeding, okay? As a you are already know, right? You already have a lot of maturity will be there, right? No one will tell you all the things. You always pick what a latest build, because yesterday night what developer changes we don't know. So always you need to test in where, in latest build. Is it clear? These are very, very important, guys. But you people are thinking it's like a this is one of the most important one. How build will come and what developer will do, what testing team will do. This very, very important. Every day, even you have 30 years of experience, okay, 14 years of experience, you need to go through build itself. Okay. CI/CD. What is called CI/CD? Continuous integration and continuous development. Okay, Jenkins. Okay. In coming sessions, when you learn automation, you will understand how we need to make the build and all the things. Okay. So okay, that's fine, right? Is it clear for everyone? Anybody have any question here? Is it clear, right? So this is what the development and testing process, what you need to check with what build. Okay, builds are very, very important. And again, we have the environments, what dev environment will be there. If you who are going with experience, right? So how you will get the builds means you can explain them. We have the environments like dev environment will be there and QA environment will be there. We always test in QA environment. We will get the build mails. Based on that mails, we will check the build and we need to validate that build. What is called BVT? Anyone know what is called BVT? BVT, build verification test. So who are going experience, right? They need to know what is called BVT. What is called BVT? Builds are not important. BVT also is very, very important. Whether this build is passed or failed also we need to check. that we can call it as what? BVT. BVT is nothing but what? Build verification test. One of the tester need to test whether the build will we need to take or not. Okay. Good. So, okay. Don't worry, guys. If you are not understand, also not a problem. The coming sessions we'll see. But today I want to tell you how. I think you understand all these days, like almost 4 days, right? You understand how what QA will do, what developer will do. Okay. Okay. Now, what are the testing fundamentals? See, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. This will comes on category 1. Okay. Don't say category 1, category 2. Okay. You just understand the unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing, and functional testing and non-functionality testing. But all your interview questions, where they will definitely they will ask you in where in functional testing. What are the functional testing? If you know the functional testing, you can at least you can go with some interviews. Okay, basic interviews you can go. Okay, these all are very, very important. What are the functional testing and what are the non-functionality testing are very, very important. Okay. Now everyone know, right, what is unit testing? What is meaning of unit testing? Unit testing is nothing but what? A testing of a single program or a module. What is called module? What is called module, guys? Which module you are working currently? So they will ask you.
Testing.
Okay. Yeah, in the application, they will ask you in which module you are working. See, there are modules like dashboard is one module, stock item is one module, suppliers is one module, purchases is one module, customers is one module, sales is one module, outstanding is what one module. Okay. So which module you are working? Stock items. Okay, like that you need to check. So testing of a single program, in case developer is given a single program, login page you need to check, or else the developer will give you one module, a group of things, they can ask you to test the what we can say login page, you need to test or a unit of a code. Okay, that we can call it as what? Unit level testing. The software unit is ready, yes, this component is ready for with other system components. Okay, my unit is ready, my component is ready. So developer will do what? Unit level testing. Okay, that everyone knows, right? 9:16. Okay, we have the time, right? Okay. Now, one of the most important interview question. Do you know integration testing? So integration testing is done by whom? Both or only developer? Can anyone answer?
Both.
Both.
Yes, good. What is meaning of integration? Can anyone tell me what is your idea about an integration? See, general answer. I'm not asking testing. Generally, I'm asking what is meaning of integration? Integration means what?
Whatever the input
Hmm.
it's loaded, is that coming to the QA or it's coming going on to the live production.
Hmm.
This is called integration.
Okay. So you're combining, right? Like what you were saying that what?
Yeah, combine.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so that is called integration, right? Yes, correct, right? So I told you, right, this example. Actually, I want to tell the integration part. That's the reason I told you all these things. Now, developer one is already done, right? The code. Okay. In real time, only one developer is not there, right? Other developers is also there, right? One person will not develop entire the application. So there are a lot of development team will be there. Almost 20 people will be there. 15 people will be there. So this guy is developed with what? Login page, right? Now this guy is implemented what? Let us assume, let us think this guy is implemented home page. After login, you can see the home page. Hmm. Okay. Now what this guy do? The same process. The process will be same for everyone. This guy will push the code here. Okay. Now this guy code is also there, right? Login code is also there, right? They will merge this both codes. Merge means you know, right? Combined. Okay. So in if you see this build, what you able to see, you can see what login page as well as what you can
Home
see
page.
page. So good, good. Try to understand, guys. It's very, very important. Okay. So whenever any build will come, right, don't think that only one developer will send the code. No, it should be match all the previous what the code we have, previous code. Okay. So what are the code will be written the previous developer, that all the code will be check-in and this code will be check-in. Okay. In GitHub, they will match all the code. Okay. The master branch, tester, they will create a different branches, and they will push the code from there. Okay. So once we got this build right, this guy need to do some integration testing. What is meaning of integration? The combining the two modules and check the data flow between the two modules are working properly or not. Now the login page should work and home page should work. So the developer need to do some kind of integration testing. Now what QA need to do? This build will assign to whom? Just now we discussed, right?
Q-
QA. Yeah, QA also need to do what? Integration testing. So what is called integration testing? Now you as
Is
a
it flowing from one place to another
Ah,
place?
yes, absolutely. What else you want? Good. So here when you open this build, right, you will see two things. One is what? Login page. Another is what? Home page. Login page is easy, guys. Very easy. If you understand the things are very easy. Home page. Some people are will be there. They will always in different mode. Okay, all they will always think that, "Oh, I need to test home page only." They will test and they will say that it is passed. But who are experienced guys, right? They will never test only home page. They will test with what? Login page also. From home page to login page is working correctly or not. From the login page to home page is working correctly or not. They need to check. So this kind of testing we can call it as what? Integration.
Reverse testing.
Whatever it may be, reverse or what you can tell any name, not a problem. But the meaning is what you need to check the combining the two modules and check the not only two modules, what are the module is added. Suppose suddenly tomorrow some guy is added some other module. Okay, so image.
Contactors.
Whatever it may be, images. Okay. So this module also you need to check, right? This module is able to ping with this module or not. This module is able to ping with this module or not. We need to check. So this kind of testing we can call it as what? Integration testing. The name itself we can say that integration testing. The integration testing is a process of combining the modules like a login page, home page, images page, and also you need to test the data flow between the modules. Data flow means what? It should work with all the modules, okay, not only one module. See now, if I click this where purchases, right? Which page I'm in? Purchases. In purchases page 2, I'm clicking dashboard. Okay. Dashboard is working, right? From the dashboard page 2, I'm clicking what? Purchases. So it both have some communication, right? It both have proper integration. If the proper integration is not there, means in purchases page to dashboard I cannot click. From the dashboard to purchases I cannot. Okay, so there is something problem with what? Integration. Understanding, right? So integration testing is very important. But most of the people have a question, who will do the integration? The integration testing is done by both sides. The developer is also do some kind of integration testing, whether the two code has measured properly or not, they need to check. As well as QA is also need to check the both modules are integrated properly or not. They need to check from their end. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Good. So think like that, okay? Not definition, reading of definition, integration, testing, combine the modules. If you say like that, they will reject. You need to tell them very clearly because you are going with experience. You need to tell them you are really work in that area. Like that, you need to explain them. Okay, good guys. So in the coming session, we'll see that. I think today we have a lot of things we learn. Okay, so integration is not done. We'll see that. One of the most important one, system testing. That don't miss that session, guys. System testing is very important. Most of the people are say that system testing means end-to-end testing. What you will do end-to-end testing means there is no answer from them. End-to-end means what you will test end-to-end. Can you please explain me? So they cannot explain because they read only the definition. They will say that end-to-end testing. What is called end-to-end means entire application. What entire application you will test? So they will know for that. So we'll see that how we can do the system testing. We need to check compatibility. We need to check usability. You need to check performance. You need to check system security testing. We need to check browser compatibility testing. There are a lot of things will be there. System testing. Okay. Anybody have any questions? So unit
Sir,
testing.
now, okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, there are at times there is a data breach and there is somebody hacks. So who identify this? Some it's the application has been hacked by a third party or the scammer or
That will
how?
not happen because see, it's a good question. You know, right? Penetration testing, hacking. See, once the see that security is very very important, right? Once we are done with our testing and everything, right? Again, there is another team will be there. That is what a certified team. They will check our application. Is there any loopholes? Is there any security reason there are vulnerabilities will be there or not? They will check. Once they certify that build, then only they will provide that to the client because there is no chance to hack your application in case that say continuously monitoring will be there, security monitoring tools will be there. In every organization they use some security monitoring tools will be there where see you are writing some code, the code is not good. It means it is very easy to hack the people, right? Then they will not accept that one. So the company will follow what some security rules and the company will follow some policies. Policies are very, very important. So you cannot copy code and you cannot paste in your things. Okay, they won't allow that. So in case that threat will come, okay, in case someone is hack your applications and all the things, right? There are firewall, you know, right? The firewall settings and all the things, they will do all the things and they won't give the chance to the other people to access your application. Only within that domain people only can access. So suppose you got a job in some organization, X organization, you can log in with that with your credentials only. You cannot log in with other laptops. You cannot log in because until unless you need have proper permission. Okay. So the network team will be there, security team will be there, vulnerability testing, penetration testing. Generally, we can call it as what penetration testing. There are good hackers will be there, bad hackers will be there. Good hackers is always do for good things. Bad hackers is always do for bad things. So in every organization, the hacking team is also will be there. They will check, they will monitor everything. See, because banking application, suddenly if you say that tomorrow onwards SBI is not working, means the people will be mad or people will be gone also. It's not be like that. Continuously monitoring will be there. Continuously they will check the security things. So that the reason policies will be there. You cannot share your system. People are say that remotely they're working, they will share the screen and they will take the supports and all the things, right? And that they will easily find out because you thinking that no one will observe, but in organization everything will be monitored. You cannot use office organization phone also. There will be phone means you cannot call your US friends or you cannot call everyone. It's the phone is free. They will monitor each and everything. They have certain boundaries will be there. If that boundary will cross means why this call is going to the other side of this boundary. There is some reason, right? There are some boundaries, but your call is going to other boundary. Then they will immediately monitor that particular point. Why this guy is calling every day, even you are talking with your family members also, that is irrelevant to your policy. You cannot break your policies. So that's the reason they will tell you before you join any organization, right? They will tell you the policies and all the things. Okay. It won't happen. Database and all the things, right? They will check thoroughly, they will check before they're sending to the client. In production server also, they will monitor everything because someone is hack your application means then it's very dangerous, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
You will understand because there are a lot of technical terms will be there. And once you get into the organization, right, you will understand. There is one more penetration testing will be there. That will what vulnerabilities means. Is there any loopholes in your application? Simple guys. You are opening many application, web banking application, right? If you log
Yes.
in or you already log in with your credentials. Now you copy that address and you open another browser. If you paste that, it won't allow, right? It will not allow, right?
Yes, it will not. Even if I copy the
Ah,
password and try to
it
paste
won't allow.
it.
It won't allow. That is what security reason. And when you do the payment, right, they will give some instructions. Do not click anything. When you do the some processing, right, the payment is going on. The process, the session is started. Then when the session within the session, it will be done. If you click anything, or if you go back, or if you click anything, the session will be breakout. So it won't go to do the payment. That is what security reason. They will follow some security thing. We'll discuss that also when we're talking about the security. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, good guys. Thank you guys. Hey, I want to update one more thing. Tomorrow, maybe the session will not be there. I have say we have a long weekend. We have the other plans. So the session will be on 29th. Okay. And
Okay.
might be they will change the link also. Okay. 29th, if you are not able to log in means don't worry. First check with your front office. Okay. They will, in case the link will not change, they will provide this link. Otherwise, they will change the link means anyhow they will send everyone to the link mail. Okay. Mostly they will send. So you need to log in with the fresh link. Okay. Don't worry. Okay. Talk with the front office. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Even after doing the payment and
Ah,
sharing them the receipt, they
ah.
haven't shared the link, the
No.
actual.
No. That I agree because the most of the students they're not picked, they are not answered. So they will be the people will be like that because they have a lot of busy work. But once the everyone is done right, they mostly that's the reason we need to avoid these kind of things. We'll get a Monday, we'll get a fresh link. Okay.
Okay.
Then no need to register every day. Okay, we can continue our session. Okay.
And access for this PPT, sir?
Material we can give. I think you can, if you done your payment right, you can check with the front office. They will provide the material and also everyday video. Everyday video also they will
Yeah,
give.
everyday video is getting uploaded in YouTube
Uh,
platform.
uh, uh.
But the PPT, what you're presenting, if you
No,
want
this
this,
PPT will not send you but the same material we can share. PPT I cannot share, but the what is there in the PPT, right? The same thing in the material we have. That material you can check with the front office. They will provide.
you know, in the Word document,
Yeah,
probably,
Word
right?
document. Yeah.
Oh,
Word document.
oh. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thanks.
good. Anything else, guys? Last call. Anybody have any questions? I hope everyone is understanding. Please communicate, guys. Please talk. Is any language is not a problem. If you want to talk in Telugu, or you want to talk in Hindi, you can talk in Hindi. If you want to talk in English, you can talk in English. But communication is very, very important. Please communicate. Okay. Anything. Okay. Someone is asking my mail ID, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah. Can you check in the chat box?
Chat box, we do not have rights to ping ceremony. Okay, you have already.
Got it, right?
Yeah, sir. Got it.
For everyone? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you just drop me if anything you have any queries. Okay, it is positive or negative, also not a problem. Okay, but feedback is very, very important. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. Have a nice day.
So
Uh,
we are seeing a meeting on Monday, no, sir?
yeah, because I have we have long weekend, so we are going out. Okay,
Okay.
okay, follow that. Bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody. Bye.